Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another YouTube video. Today I'm gonna be talking about today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to this is a continuation part 2 of the Node.js API. And so previously this is what we had. This is where we were at, and if we ran our simple server, which is this one. Don't pay attention to this. So in the folder that you have your API, I changed the name. In the previous video, you probably saw it as learning platform, but my thinking was that there's not that many things, like not that many videos that a user wants to like create, edit, and delete. So I'm gonna change it to like a video game platform where like the user is gonna be able to like upload their favorite video games and whatnot. So I think that's gonna be something more useful when it comes to teaching and maybe more fun for you guys. So let's run this, and I'm gonna run nodemon index.js. So there's our port running, and here taking my espresso at 1 a.m. probably not a good idea, but I'm so tired I'm gonna sleep like after 40 minutes either way. And black tea, always black tea. Been drinking black tea in order to substitute some of the coffee that I drink. But yeah, so continuing. So our server is running. So if we go into localhost, you can see my YouTube here, and I'm gonna go to localhost 5000. So hello from port 5000 is the API. All right, cool. So we got that. Now what we want to do from here is to install, well, not install, set up the middlewares, set up the database, so we can start adding in, subscribing, signing in, signing up users and whatnot. So first you need to make sure that you have MongoDB. It's very important that you guys have MongoDB. And let's see, because nowadays the way you install MongoDB is different. A lot of people use Atlas, which I particularly don't like. I like to just install the SQL on my local machine, and that's it. So what is MongoDB? You guys can go here, check it, who uses MongoDB. So quite the companies. And MongoDB is a cool database to use nowadays because first it's a NoSQL, which if you Google what an SQL and NoSQL database is, you guys will get to know. So you can deploy it on the cloud. I don't like that. So you just go ahead and download it, and just make sure they have Mongo. The way that you know that you have Mongo. So hold on. Maybe on terminal. So yeah, I don't have all the answers, as you can see. Like, I have my MongoDB running on my terminal, but I want to show you guys. Let's see the downloads and your password. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Like, I want you guys to see the shell, the Mongo shell, not the Mongo server itself. Start a terminal for your Mongo server. Go to Mongo install the directory, bin directory. Run the command Mongo. Yeah, but this is to run the server. Yeah, start a terminal for your Mongo server. That's not the one that I want. Run Mongo shell on terminal. Go to Mongo. No, that's not what I want. Let's see, maybe this. If not, we can go here, but I don't know, maybe it was there and I didn't read carefully. I'll go back. Yeah, I thought that it was Mongo. Mongo shell. Let's say error cannot connect Mongo shell Mongo. So annoying. I don't know why I cannot run the shell, and I really want to show you guys how to run the shell because it's important. But either way, I'm gonna make sure that I run the Mongo in this or next video, but it's not crucial right now, so don't worry about it. For now, just know that you have to download it locally. Don't do the clusters, don't do Mongo Atlas. Just download it locally because that's the way that I'm gonna do it in this tutorial. That's the way that I like to do it. So we have Morgan, and if you guys remember, that was a package that we installed previously. So Morgan equals require Morgan, and that's like gonna tell us which routes we're hitting. Now we're also gonna use body parser for some methods for login and for authentication, meaning we're gonna let the user go into some routes depending whether he is authenticated or not, and that is also going to be done by using tokens, which I'll also show as we go. For now, these packages are good. Now, as you see in my Visual Code Studio, these are kind of not highlighted, means because we're not making use of them yet. So right now we're gonna set that up. .env. Well, I guess we can start making use of .env packages because that's like an important file that we are still going to use it one way or another in the near future. So why not start using it now? So this is what I like to do. I like running my server with node-mon, and then I open another tab right in the same directory path, and here's where I can install delete packages, create files and whatnot at the same time that my server is running. And I think that's a smoother smoother experience in my opinion. So I'm just gonna run it here so you guys can keep seeing this. And I'm going to install the .env. Just want to make sure which package is it. So npmi.env. I'm not sure if we already had it. I believe we didn't. Well, now we have it. Alright, cool. So we have .env. And for those of you that don't know what .env is, it's a library that allows you to kind of put variables depending on whether you're in production or local environment. And obviously you want to put, and before than anything, you create your git ignore, and I want to actually name this properly. Git ignore. Yeah, there you go. Because I might have, whatever. I think I never, since I misspelled it, maybe all the node modules are going to be saved into the GitHub repository, which is a necessary, packages within the repository, but whatever. Just make sure you have node modules, so these are not saved because we don't need them on the Git repository. We need them here, just not in the Git repository. Same with the .env. So we're gonna go ahead into our terminal and create the .env file. So here we go, and here we're going to create a couple of things. So first, we're going to go ahead and put our database. And our database is going to be a MongoDB type of database. This is how you set it up. It's going to be in the local host. And we're going to call you can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it video games. You can also do port equals 5000 and you don't have the need. So here, if I put port 5000, here I can get rid of port because process.env port, it's either going to be local port or whatever, wherever this is running, which may be like, I don't know, an IP that you buy in DigitalOcean and whatnot. But yeah, so you can do that. You can also do this. It's exactly the same thing. Meaning that if the port is not 5000, it'll run this. But you know what? Let's just set it up without the small port now. So let's change this. And I'm just want to make sure how I had it. Const port equals. There you go. So that's it. So same thing. And let's just make sure that everything is running. Yep. So we're running on port undefined. Well, I believe that it shouldn't be undefined. Unless I'm misspelling something and then I cannot see the misspell. Yeah, shouldn't be undefined. Give me a second, maybe. Oh, okay. So whenever you write it into .env, and I actually run into problems before, you have to restart the server only for the .env. Like when you're rewriting things here, you have to restart your server. And actually, I'm gonna take advantage of this, and I'm gonna create a new script. So script are like, you can kind of see it as commands that you can run on the terminal when you want to run like your node project. So we're gonna call this dev because we're developing, and we're gonna call it like whenever you do npm run dev, basically what you want to actually do is do a nodemon index.js. So you're really not saving like that many words because you're still gonna type 3 words, but it's good practice to do this. That way you can have like npm run prod or npm run build, and you know, it's a little bit more streamlined. So for example, I do npm run dev. So when I do npm run dev, I'm basically telling my node project to run nodemon index.js. So just so you guys know. And it's been already 14 minutes, and I'm gonna start picking this up because I don't want this to be too long and I want to make some progress. So you know what, it's annoying that it's undefined. I particularly am not sure why it is undefined, but the noise process, I'm sure I have like I'm misspelling something. I feel process.env. It bugs the hell out of me. Port. Port. I think it. No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it for now. Really annoys me. You can also do this, but since we're gonna be doing this when I do the React part, it made sense for me to like kind of do the same string concatenation. But oh wow, port. Maybe I'm misspelling. I don't get it. It annoys the hell out of me. Whatever. Oh well. Well, at least we want to make sure that this is still working. Yep. Nope. No, it's not. Localhost. Port 5000. Have to listen. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'll come back later for the correction. I'm just gonna leave this that like that. Port. Want to change this too with the backticks. Alright, so here's our port 5000, and we should get the message. Okay. Alright, moving on. Just wasted like 5 minutes there. My bad. Alright. So middlewares. Let's start setting up the middlewares. What middlewares are is we're basically kind of like making the use of libraries in order to help our development. We can go into the definition if you want. Middlewares node expresses a routing and a middleware with framework. Write a middleware for using Express. Middleware functions are functions that have access to request object. Well, yeah, that's one type of middleware. Anyway, we're setting up these libraries that we just imported here in order to help our development and in order to make use of some of the methods. So here we're kind of importing them, and here we're like setting them up. Sorry for my lack of explanation. So here we have our Morgan middleware. Then we're gonna use body parser.json. Then we're gonna use express validator. Have I brought that yet? Yes. Express validator, because we're gonna be using that. And for now that should be good. Mongoose. Now we're gonna set up the database and the Mongoose package right now. So the database setup. So we're gonna do mongoose.connect. So if you guys have done SQL, this is kind of like the connection to your SQL, but instead of SQL to your MongoDB database. And in my opinion, this is a lot easier, hence why it's been used a lot more. And I have a feeling that it should be able to, this should be reading. So whenever I type database, it should be able to read that we have that variable or constant in our .env file. But since it's not like suggesting it, we'll see whether this works or not, and we'll do something about it. Depends on the results. So use create index true. Now there was a simpler setup. The way I'm setting it up this way, it's in order to get rid of errors. Because if you set it up like there was just like one line set up for MongoDB, you will get an error. So I'm doing this promise in order to, it's a more correct way, so to speak. Console log database connected. Okay, so we have the database, and for now this should be good. Use express validator. I don't see what's wrong with that. Let's see what it says. Express validator is not a function. Require express validator. Yeah, what the hell? Consent express. Oh, duh. That's why I wasn't getting this. My mistake, guys. You probably saw it and you were like, this dumb guy didn't see that happening. This is why we weren't getting our port. So yeah, if you see this, meanwhile I explain this, just yeah, you probably know that we require this in order to make use of the .env. And now we can get rid of this, and now we're not gonna have any problem for that, and we'll be able to have this probably. Nope, still no suggestion, but it should work now. And now I gotta make sure that this error goes away. So I'm just gonna Control C, npm run dev, see what's going on with the express validator package. So express validator is not a function. I'm probably having another typo here or there, or I'm missing something. Const app express app use Morgan body parser JSON express validator. You know what? I'm not gonna wait for this now. I just want to make sure. Okay, so let's comment this out. Alright, so let's run this again. npm run dev. Okay, so learning platform. Oh, okay. So this is very important. So remember the empty window. Once you install Mongo on your server, and you're probably going to be able to run the shell with this. You see how here it says Mongo shell version, connection to MongoDB, network failed to connect, blah blah blah. Recent connection refused. Couldn't connect to Mongo shell, blah blah blah. Connection failed. Now, a program that is very useful is this one, Robo3T. So Robo3T is very, very useful. It's something similar to like MySQL. I have it somewhere here. Let's see. MySQL workbench. So very similar to this or any other MySQL programs. So here I have development. I connect. So error is virtual reason connect to connection. Set exception. Maybe it's already connected. I'm not sure. That's very weird. But anyway, for you guys, it shouldn't be a problem. Just run mongodb. So mongodb. There you go. It's running. So now I'm going to do Control C, npm run dev, and it should be fine now. There you go. So we have running on port 5000 with only this. We have database connected, meaning that our promise is it's properly set up, and everything is fine so far. So it's been already 25 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go 5 more minutes because I really want to advance as much as possible. But basically, there's 3 important things to MongoDB in order to set this up. So first one, you wanna download it locally. Second, you wanna run a server. And third one, just do setup with mongoose and .env file. So you download it locally. You should be able to run the Mongo shell. Let me check. Maybe I couldn't run the Mongo shell because there you go. So I was just missing running this this command that I already have pre-installed, and you guys will probably have will have it installed. But here's the Mongo shell. This is what I was trying to show you. And if you go and do show all DBs, well, actually, let me go show all DBs Mongo, if I can spell. Wow, this is so slow. Show DBs. This is what I wanted to go to. Show DBs. So here you can see all my databases. And I'm gonna quit. Exit. There you go. All right, cool. So every time that you're working with this project, you're gonna need 3 tabs open. You're gonna need your local server running. You're gonna need the database server running, and then I always like to have a third one to do touch, to do npm install, blah blah blah, and whatnot. So I always have 3 tabs open in order for development. So now I can do git add, git commit, added I don't know, no libraries, and MongoDB setup. Actually, libraries, setup, middleware. Oh, guys, don't worry about this. I'm gonna post my GitHub. So if you guys don't have any clue about GitHub, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna post it on the YouTube video on the comment section. By the way, I post a lot on the comment section, so check the comment section often. But yeah, I'm gonna post this on the comment section, so you guys, whether you stock or whatever, you can just go into the GitHub repo and compare. And you guys don't have to do this, obviously. If you have no idea what I'm doing, don't worry, don't do it. Set up middlewares, and then set up MongoDB. Git push origin master. Yeah, see, I'm guessing that it's doing this. It should. Yeah, it shouldn't be pushing the node modules. All right, whatever. So now we're up to date. We don't have anything untracked. I think that's the word that we are looking for. All right, so now we have a good deal done. So let's start doing the user routing. And So here's the route setup, and this is just like a route that I was just showing for example purposes. So I'm gonna go below, and I'm gonna start creating the user routes. So I'm gonna do app.use, and I want to do, I always like to put API in front, so API users require routes, and I'm going to do auth, because that's where we're going to handle the authentication. Now if we save this, we're gonna have an error because require, we're asking Node or our index.js to require this file, which doesn't exist yet, not even the folder. So before we save this, let's go into our terminal. I'm just gonna move this here. So I'm gonna do make directory. I'm gonna do routes. So I'm creating this directory right here. So here's our routes directory, and then I'm gonna create the file. So touch routes. So I'm telling create the directory, create the file inside the routes file. I'm gonna call it auth.js. So now if we open this, should be there. Perfect. And you can see this US untracked. So we're gonna go here and I don't know, blah. For now, obviously we're not gonna do this. Alright, so now if we go into our index.js, we shouldn't have any errors. Alert is not defined. Oh yeah. So basically, what's cool about Express is basically you can add everything into this file, and this file is not gonna get any bigger, maybe 2 or 3 lines at most. Why is this possible? Because we're using the router, which will set up, actually let's set it up right now. So for example, what we want to do in every single route file, we want to do constant express equals require express, which is the main library, the const router equals express.router. So we're calling this function from the express library, module.exports equals router. And if I was not dyslexic. Alright, cool. So we have that. So now we shouldn't have any errors. And we still have an error. Yeah, if I was not dyslexic. Require express const. Require, Jesus. There you go. No mistakes. So yeah, because of the router method, we can basically just leave this as clean as it looks and then handle all the route logic here. Now we have a routes folder. We also want to create a controllers folder. And controllers, using controllers is something that helps with scalability. So make directory controllers. And for now, we're not gonna be using controllers, not in this video, but we're gonna use them later. And so the idea is that, say that we use, I don't know, router.get, and we call the root, route for the users. And then let's say that I import, so I do like, for example, const validate, that would be the name of one controller, for example, equals require. By the way, what I'm writing right now is not needed. I just want to show you guys what would be needed. And then from the controllers, so auth controller, which will be this auth controller, we'll actually make it will be a JS. Well, actually I may get to it, but it doesn't matter. This will be a JS file. So here, instead of doing like the, remember that we did like the anonymous function, reg, res, that, and then we did res dot render or res dot send, I don't recall, send, yeah, res dot send test, right? You guys remember this? So instead of doing this, what we're going to do is, because whenever you start programming, you're gonna have like bunch of lines, and then this is gonna get really messy, and you're gonna have like a whole thing right here. And when you start to add more and more and more functionality, this is gonna get very cluttered very quickly. So it's very good. It's a good habit and it's a good principle. It's just good overall to do, to just inject controllers here, and within the controller, that's where you handle your logic. And yeah, actually, just so I leave you guys off with the controller setup, let's go ahead and create a controller. By the way, you don't have to create the files as I've been doing in the terminal. I think I've mentioned this before. So I'm just gonna do create new file, auth controller.js. So here we have our auth controller. And this is just gonna be a normal JS file. So I don't know, exports test equals reg res, then we're gonna do res.json message testing controllers. And then once we have this, we want to make sure, no, I think that's it, because we're already exporting the test function, I guess, method. So here I can go ahead and now actually import this. So const, instead of being validate, because that does not exist, this is called test, and it even like auto suggests this. So here I'm just gonna call test. So here's my controller injected, and in order to get to this, we have to put on the browser localhost 5000 API slash users, and then the root. So this is gonna be always needed as default because I'm specifying here. We can put here if you want, I don't know, Apple. So you're gonna do API Apple, and I'm just gonna do this so you guys can see. So localhost API Apple, and then you can put this or not, but meaning that like upon this, after we append this, which is like what we told the route that is going to have as default, then it's just a root route. And here you go, message testing controllers. Now obviously we don't want to have Apple, we want to have users, because we're going to be signing up users, well, signing up, signing in, logging out, whatnot. So now we have to put users, and later we're going to put like, I don't know, sign in. Later we're going to put like sign up or log out, but that will be later. So let's just test that this works. Perfect, it works. So there you go, guys. We haven't made use of MongoDB, but we know that it is connected, and we know that it is connected because of this. Later, I'm gonna show you guys how to create the user model, and after we do like the full authentication, I'm also gonna show you guys how to do full REST for video game creation. So I hope that you guys got something out of this. Obviously I'm gonna be uploading more videos, and this went all the way to 40 minutes, which is a little bit long. I'm gonna try to make them short as the other one, kind of like 10 minutes. It's just that I feel that maybe some people don't get to see a lot of the middlemen in very short videos, and yeah, I'm just gonna try to upload as many as possible. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.